A sound that has lost its color falls into the cracked folds of time. The echoes of the sound are prodigal, as if stroking the logic of the thin film, and while pregnant with meaning, they still breathe as a budding bud. It is like the fluctuation and vibration of the concept of boundary itself. Vibrant hints fill the area like fog. Contour and blankness, clarity and secrecy, pulse and emptiness. All of them are stirred up and secretly overlap each other like a magnetic field. With each step, the concept cracks underfoot. The shadows of the symbols are long and drawn out, disguised as memories but without substance, merely reflecting the fluctuations of a chain of possibilities. So will this realm collapse the moment we name it? Or will it continue to proliferate without being named? If you try to touch it, it flees. If you turn your back on it, it nestles close to you. It walks and talks as it is suggested. This is a garden of uncertainty, a hotbed of whispers that are full of life. Something lively is about to be born in the cracked outline of the boundary. In the space between the fraying of lead time and space, a faintly shimmering shadow without outline guesses its own shape. The proof of possession is a mark of prohibition. The line has already decayed, and beyond the dissolving boundary I go beyond myself. Standing on the threshold between this shore and the other, I question the coordinates of existence. What is lively is never static. To be implied, that is to say, is a refusal to be explicit. It avoids naming names, clings to meanings, and conceals margins hidden inside words. In that blank space, possibility progresses. The more ambiguous the outline, the more dense the atmosphere becomes. The more the atmosphere fills up, the more we know our own territory. But knowing is tantamount to erosion. Now my territory is shaking like a ripple. Without naming it, I watch its interiority. What can I become in the realm that is so vigorously hinted at? The boundary vaguely reflects the light, and whenever the slanting light that intersects eternity and the moment descends, the outline melts. It is a place filled with lively forebodings, a territory that fluctuates between emptiness and overflowing, and yet exists. The laws of this realm breathe, concealing their appearance and existence at the ignition point of words. The ambiguity has no critical point, but only continues to be insinuated, asserting itself while refusing to be determined. The space folds and unfolds flexibly. Margins become unexplored paths, and footprints leave echoes even as they disappear. In this place where all possibilities are scattered, the fluidity of meaning is life, and what is named changes its name at that moment. That is why the name is not spoken here, but only hinted at. Particles of will, bouncing vigorously, trace a trail of insinuation. Undefined coordinates are hidden in the margins of words, a paradoxical realm where uncertainty is certainty. What someone calls I is nothing more than a semi-transparent format, with a number of possibilities folded into it, and continues to attempt to simply be. The cracks in the map laid out at my feet whisper to me in a voice I do not know. Somewhere in the overlapping trajectory, someone hints at the edge of the realm until I touch it. An incomplete scar pierced through the world of a series of vaguely floating rules. If you look closely, the landscape is nothing more than a metaphor, and soundless words accumulate like dust. This territory is full of life, yet it belongs to no one. The I here is only an implied presence, not knowing its own form, but only a shadow with no outline, at the end of multiple transmissions and refractions, eventually blending into the folds of time. The fingertips that touch the margins of consciousness ask the question, what is there in this territory? In this territory, someone is walking with footprints, deliberately blurring the outlines of their steps. A voice quietly spills out from the cracks of the phenomenon. It is too fleeting to say it is here, and too certain to say it is not here. From beyond the boundary line, it sometimes wavers and reaches out its hand to this side. But even before we can lay our hands on it, even the contours of this side begin to transform. The moment the world tries to fix itself, the map of the territory is rewritten. What is hinted at can never be captured, but only continues to blur into the next moment.